And then make some noise if you guys are like marketers in the marketing field. That's everything. So I have like 6 really spicy questions for you guys.
Can I answer that question? Oh, it gets spicier.
Yeah. How much money did you make as the CMO of ClickUp per year?
No. Are you saying I was underpaid and then told us that?
I wanted to know the equity.
Hello, Martians. Why did I do that with my hand? No idea. But this is episode 100 on the show, which is crazy to say because we started off recording from my basement a year and a half ago, and now we're at 1.7 million views. If you are a returning Martian, I just want to say thank you for your support. This show is for you. This episode is for you. If you are new to the show, welcome, and we hope that you stick around. Episode 100 is truly special. It happens in beautiful San Francisco, in front of a live audience in Union Square. And I'm joined by 4 incredible CMOs. Elyssa Rosenthal from ClickUp, Connie Wang from Headspace, Alex Crowder from Krispy Crunchy Chicken, and Elyssa Steiner from Cantaloupe. So how did I, this Asian kid from Vancouver, grown up in a really low income family with a single mom, how did I get from there to now sharing the stage with CMOs that are running $200 million companies? I honestly don't have the answer right now. And maybe I'll write a book about it someday, but I'm just here to enjoy the ride for now. Anyways, enough blabbering about me. I hope that you enjoy the show, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
This live podcast is especially special because it marks the 100th episode with over 1.7 million views. Marketing on Mars has seen notable CMOs across companies such as Salesforce, Microsoft, Allo, Stack Overflow, Slack, etc. Now I will pass it on to Taryn to introduce our sponsors for this evening.
So we'd like to thank our sponsors for the event that definitely made this possible. Position Square, an AI-centric growth marketing firm based in Santa Clara, focused on helping innovators win. Sprouts AI, that is you. Sprouts AI.
Let's go.
Stan Sanj. Sprouts AI, an autonomous B2B go-to-market platform to generate ICP-qualified meetings. Think about ZoomInfo, 6 Sense, and Outreach combined into one tool. Keep an eye on those guys. Bentley, a social media app to help you build better real-life connections, launching this October. And thank you to Good Looking Hot Sauce and Partake for the hot sauce and beer. If you didn't trip over the cans of beer that are under your seats, by the way, there's beer under your seats. And Sanj, no, it's not iced, so I don't have an ice bucket.
Non-alcohol.
We don't get beer.
Non-alcohol.
Yeah, it's hot.
The beer would have been good with the hot sauce. Special shout out to our Bay Area communities. We appreciate all your support. Young Entrepreneurs Hub, Silicon Valley's fastest growing tech community. Delis, maximizing your fashion while minimalizing your environmental impact. No fast fashion there. Women's Founder Bay, a community organization empowering women founders to thrive. Quadrant, delivering high-performance vector search at scale, and I think I found a new subject to my next thought leadership piece. Techstars Startup Weekend, SFAI. So thank you all, and I'd like to do a special shout out to the Go-to-Market Leader Society. So the GTM Leader Society is a distinctive events cultivate collaboration and connections among top GTM leaders in tech. I will also want to do a plug for the September 15th event in Hillsborough. So it's for VP level and above, 100 employee companies and above. So if you're interested in getting an invite for that, reach out to me, DM me on LinkedIn. And I'll pass it over to Gargi to introduce the panel.
All right, so in today's panel, we have Elyssa Rosenthal, She was employee number 10 at BuzzFeed, the founding exec at Cheddar, and currently the advisor of ClickUp, a company with 9 figures in ticket sales, and is valued at $4 billion. She's currently founding a company called Outlever. Second panelist is Connie Wang, who is the SVP of Marketing at Headspace, a healthcare company specializing in mental health. They have over 70 million downloads in 200 plus countries. In 2021, they were involved in a merger which valued the company at $3 billion. Elyssa Steiner is the CMO at Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is a publicly traded company on NASDAQ in the self-service commerce market. Things like self-checkout, vending machines, and they also do $250 million in revenue. Alice Crowder, who is the CMO of Krispy Crunchy Chicken, a quick-serve fried chicken chain with over 3,000 locations across the US. They do over $600 million in revenue and are quickly growing. And last but not least, Simon, who is the CEO of BC Jobs, the job board that powers over 40% of Vancouver's jobs, and he's also the founder of Happy Hour, a community of 1,500 founders and VCs that meet in select cities for panel-less casual hangouts. So now I will pass it on to Simon.
There's one more slide. There it is.
Simon.
I needed myself to be on
He was
that.
very proud of that one.
Okay, we can take it back. We can take it back.
I didn't even block the chicken. No, it's fine.
All right. So now that you guys have heard a little bit about all the business stuff, my favorite part of the show, one of the reasons why I do this show, it's been 100 episodes, is I get to know about the people behind the LinkedIn page, behind the career aspirations and everything, right? Because that's just one part of your life. So I think before we get started, I wanted to just kind of, each one of you guys, maybe we'll start with Elyssa, we'll go all the way down. Just tell us a little bit about your guys' upbringing, maybe like a minute, like where you guys started and how you got to where you're at now, like a very quick, abridged version.
Yeah, okay. I grew up in Long Island, New York. I tried to lose the accent, still working on that. And yeah, from a very early age, I was just really obsessed with like the idea of like disruption in every single like industry. First in music, I wanted to be in the music industry, and I really quickly saw that was being disrupted by the internet, which kind of led to my path at BuzzFeed and beyond. And I think that's really kind of what drives me. It's figuring out how to disrupt the next industry. It's always kind of moved me from place to place in my career, and maybe it's being an only child and having to figure out things for myself. I don't know exactly what that is behind it, but it's always been kind of the thing that pulls me forward in every direction that I've gone in.
So I am Connie Wang. I grew up in Southern California. I am the older sister with 2 younger brothers. I think Simon and I share that in common. And a pivotal moment in my life was when all of my cousins moved from Hong Kong to the US. And I became the mega big sister. And I think that has really influenced what I wanted to do through my entire life, which is to help people find a sense of belonging, to help people find a sense of inclusion. And I've spent my whole career really working on building purpose-driven teams, purpose-driven companies, and currently get to do that at Headspace in transforming mental health.
My name is Alice Crowder, and I'm the CMO for Krispy Crunchy. I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, in coastal Georgia. Food is a big part of our culture. It is how we come together. It's how we connect with people. It's how we express joy, gratitude, connectivity, and community. And those are all things that give me personal joy. And so I was pleased to find myself after several jobs and career starts in a place where I could be a part of some of the brands that bring that to people. And currently, so privileged to work with a brand that serves the folks who really build the communities around our countries and give them a little bit of that joy and hope every day in a simple, high-quality meal.
Elyssa Steiner. I serve as the CMO at Cantaloupe, and I grew up always wanting to be in fashion. I thought at a very young age that I was going to be a buyer for Nordstrom. It was the track I was on. And then I graduated college and I decided to pivot. And really grateful I did. I pivoted into sales and marketing, heavily on the sales side. I've come from a lot of startups, and one of the things that I'm super passionate about is really around like building teams. And I think in a couple of my experiences, I've had that opportunity to start from the ground up, build a team as we grow a company, and so continuing to kind of do that in my current role at Cantaloupe. So it's all about me.
Okay, cool. So before we go forward, let's do what we do on the show. So before we start the podcast, we always start off with a shot of hot sauce. We got sent a special new bottle that none of us have ever tried from our sponsor, Good Looking Hot Sauce. I think they have like a promo going on. We'll probably put it in the description in the video, but shall we do this?
Yes.
Yes?
It
It says
does
ghost
say-
pepper infused, so
And level 4.
let's see.
Out of 4.
And we decided to do it straight
yeah.
from the bottom.
Yeah.
Are we sure about this? Are we
Yeah,
sure?
yeah.
I
No, we're not sure.
I don't
about
know.
that. It's a
Can we-
horrible idea.
Like it looks kind of chunky.
Oh,
Are we doing it at the same time?
yeah.
I think we should.
We must.
Solidarity.
Oh shoot! I squirted on myself. Sorry. All right, I'm going.
Is this being recorded? God.
Yeah.
I have to go next step.
It is.
Okay. Okay.
I think better to use the cup. What do you guys think? It's still.
No. I think it's gonna get weird. You're
it's
gonna walk us
already
like, straight up. Straight up.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have like 6 really spicy questions for you guys. I'm gonna ask them throughout the show. But before we do that, kind of want to know the audience a little bit, right?
Should we give them a shot too?
Well, yeah, I should.
They get beer and whiskey.
That's later on. But how many of you guys are like, make some noise if you're from the Bay Area, like you're born and raised in the Bay Area? It's like 5 people. Okay. Make some noise if you're outside of the Bay Area. Born outside of the Bay Area. Okay. All right. Cool. What do you guys think about that? There's a lot of people not from here. Is that
Makes a lot of sense.
makes a lot of sense? Sorry, I don't really know the Bay Area really well. How many of you guys live in the downtown area? Make some noise if you're downtown area. I don't. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, thank you. Cool. And then make some noise if you guys are like marketers in the marketing field. That's everything. Make some noise if you're not in the marketing field. It's the same people. What the heck? They just want to move for everything.
just like cheering.
You guys are cut. No more from you guys. All right. Let's get into it. So I wanted to talk about marketing and just kind of like what we're working on right now. So I will ask the first person, and then you guys can ask the next question to the next panelist. Yeah. So I'll start with Elyssa. What are you seeing that's working? Because you're in your area, you guys are mostly B2B, and you guys are selling to mostly large companies, right?
Yeah, let me clarify. So we have
Yeah.
about 30,000 customers, mainly domestic but international. And I would say about 28,000 of those customers are small business entrepreneurs. And then we have our mid-market and enterprise customers. Now the 80-20 rule still applies. 80% of our revenue is driven by our enterprise base. But it's important to clarify because the volume of our customers, that small business, they function very B2C. That's our approach because they're running like vending machines or micro markets as we call them, basically like mini self-checkout kiosks as a side hustle. And so we have very different strategies for these different kinds of segments.
So give us just like a very quick version for the enterprise. What kind of channels are you using to target these enterprise companies, and Maybe we'll start there.
Yeah, enterprise and mid-market is events. They have picked back up for us, and we go to, 65 different industry events, different trade shows, whether we just sponsor. And for that world for us, those people like one-to-one relationships with their sales reps, with their account managers. They want to know people they're doing. I mean, it's big business changes for them, their enterprise operations. So event world has just gone absolutely insane for us on that, and it occupies like a third of my budget. So it's a heavy lift for us. And then it's completely opposite. Digital world is what we do for our small business side.
Cool. Okay, cool. Who would you want to ask the next question about marketing and the channels?
Connie, I'll turn it over to you.
I was going to offer because
she is wearing the
she looked eager, so I was ready for her.
I was giving you the eye.
Yes.
We have a very similar model in terms of having both like a D2C motion and a B2B motion and different strategies for both. So just to set the context around Headspace, how many of you know Headspace? Woo! Yay! I almost convinced somebody to sign up for a subscription earlier. So
40% off, right? Is it?
40% off. Although I'm not sure if that promo is still live. So if you all want to look it up,
you should know, Connie.
I should know. I should know. If you all can look it up, let me know. So Headspace started out as a mindfulness meditation app over 10 years ago, and that is what we are famous for, and we have revolutionized meditation and mindfulness. 3 years ago, and Gargi mentioned this, we went through a merger with a company called Ginger, so we are now actually the full service suite of mental health services, so meditation, mindfulness, coaching, therapy, psychiatry, and an employee assistance program. So that full suite of services we sell into employers and benefits organizations who offer this to their employee population. So some of the big logos under our belt are Sephora, Starbucks, the U.S. Olympics Committee, which is super fun, U.S. Soccer, like Go USA, winning the gold medal last year. USA. Yeah, so that is the fastest growing part of our business, and for the first year we'll surpass our D2C business from a revenue perspective. And then our D2C business is very much our bread and butter. It's the content subscription that you all have access to. We recently launched mental health coaching D2C, so you can also buy a subscription to text with the coach to help you set goals, manage anxiety, manage stress. So those are the two sides of our business. And on the B2B side, events is all the rage.
Yeah.
Because so much of B2B, particularly as you go up market, is all about relationship building. And so we do events at all scales. We sponsor a lot of big events, and then we do a lot of intimate dinners with prospects as well. That's where most of our budget is spent. On the D2C side, most of our budget is spent in digital. So think social channels, SCM. We are definitely dipping our toes into the micro-influencer space and really testing out which categories of micro-influencers really work with us. We had a really successful partnership with, have you guys heard of Yes Theory or the Try Guys? They are YouTube creators. Yeah. Oh, BuzzFeed
Made the Try Guys.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ooh.
Crossover.
Oh, that is a crossover. I love that.
Hey, it's not your turn yet.
Oh no, this is supposed to be a conversation, Simon.
I'm just kidding. I think it should be even more free flow. If you guys have questions for Connie, just go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, we have questions from Elyssa. But yeah.
Hands up though, you gotta put your hand.
Yeah, so digital on the consumer side, events on the B2B side, and given the BuzzFeed overlap, I'm gonna popcorn. Do people do popcorn?
Yeah, popcorn. We should have like a ball that we throw to each other.
Yes.
That would work.
Oh yes.
Write that on the notes app.
I mean, I have my tissue, ball of tissue. You can just throw it around if you want.
Not sanitary.
Okay, sorry.
So I'll do like two parts of this, just because one feeds into the other. One, I started a company about a month ago. We went public, and basically we didn't go public.
Went public already in 1 month?
We launched public.
Holy, tell us the secret.
We we launched publicly. And basically what we do is we turn companies into the largest news publisher in their space. And it's a mix of a really amazing media listening algorithm and AI tool that we built, mixed with a group of freelance journalists that we employ. And we're able to effectively turn brands into news publishers that can own every relevant conversation in their space and in their customer space. And there's also like an editorial-led sales motion as a result of that, so you can reach your prospects through an editorial lens. So that's what I'm doing now. And our marketing for that, since we launched, we hit our revenue goals really quickly already in the first month. And it's all been through inbound, through my LinkedIn. And I will pivot into the ClickUp piece in just a second because it's important. But for the past 8 years, I've been writing on LinkedIn religiously, and it's been the biggest compounding growth lever in my entire life. Every great opportunity I've ever had has actually come from LinkedIn, including, I think, connecting with you, right? So I want to just say that like LinkedIn is just such a valuable channel, no matter.
And Connie worked at LinkedIn.
And Connie worked at LinkedIn.
I was at LinkedIn for 11 years.
Selling LinkedIn.
This is how we marketed at LinkedIn.
LinkedIn sponsor this next one.
It really is like an amazing channel. So I just wanted to start there. ClickUp is sort of this beast. It's a B2B company where the addressable market is effectively everyone. It's teams of 1 to teams of thousands, industry agnostic, team agnostic, team size agnostic. So it's really a challenge to market as ClickUp. And we really had to use every single channel at our disposal to be able to do it. We did a Super Bowl ad, we did SEO, thought leadership, every single thing like in our repertoire to really be able to market. We scaled paid advertising, we did influencer content, we built a brand studio so that we could hijack news and become relevant, TikTok strategy. I mean, it was really just everything, which was just highlighting the complexity of the business model, because when your TAM is everyone, you really have to be everywhere. And I know you guys switched to the B2B model, but I'm sure you experienced that from the B2C side, where it really is hard when everyone is your potential customer, and that's sort of what it was at ClickUp. So it was a fun, exciting journey, and just still a big challenge to market, even when you have a multi-million dollar monthly marketing budget. It still is really hard to do that.
Yeah. So I guess I have so many questions. I'm sure we have questions for each other, which we can kind of bounce around, but maybe Alice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a weird game of one of these things is not like the other. We are, I like to call us a 34-year-old startup. We were created 34 years ago, roughly, by a guy named Neil Audubon, who owned a convenience store in southern Louisiana and was looking for additional revenue sources for his customers. Was also a Cajun chef and knew how to make the best fried chicken, he thought, one tends to agree, and started selling it in his gas station. Quickly found that he could sell this recipe and this process to other gas station owners, and that became a business. As you heard, we have about 3,000 restaurants across the U.S. It wouldn't surprise me if you haven't heard of us. There is a very specific segment of the country, of our population, that eats prepared food out of gas stations. Probably none of you are those people. I knew I liked you.
Oh, yeah?
When I came in, I was like, that's the most handsome man here. So we were bought by private equity 2 years ago. The business had been run entirely on reputation, operator to operator, as a service for gas station operators, primarily independent operators who are more often than not, they over-index, I should say, as first-generation Americans. English is not their first language, and they are the most entrepreneurial people in the country. We still sell to those people. It's still 86% of my business. When private equity bought us, they said, well, imagine what you could do if you had segmentation and cost analysis and could do economic modeling and actually took good pictures of the chicken and did all this stuff. Had a website that wasn't bragging about our 1993 marketing plan. And so that's why I was brought in, and we're doing some of that while staying true to our operators. So we're talking to guests for the first time, talking to the end user. My customer is very much the operator. It seems cold to call it B2B because we are truly partners with our operators, bringing this product to them and then giving them a way to bring a quality product to folks who eat out of convenience stores. Folks that eat out of convenience stores have less income. They tend to be brown or black. They tend not to be able to speak English, tend to be looked down on by other parts of the population. But we're able to put a service in that is a true quality product. My chicken is never frozen. It comes in fresh, marinated in a proprietary marinade. It's double breaded back of the house by hand. We actually bread it in an ice bath because that makes the chicken seize up. Think about if I put you in an ice bath, it would seize up. So it holds the breading. We do that twice. And so it fries up really, really crispy. If you follow us on social media, people love to get in their cars and take a bite of the chicken and let you hear the crunch. But it's truly, it's such an interesting product because most of my career I spent trying to convince people with money to buy mediocre things, and now I just have to convince them to try this product, and they're sold. So as a result, a lot of my money still goes to that operator, still goes to that chain to say to them, this is something we can bring to your larger, more sophisticated organization as well, and we're building that relationship with end users. Thanks to the miracle that is third-party delivery, the DoorDashes of the world, the Uber Eats of the world, we're coming to a whole new segment. So when we did our segmentation, for example, we found that people who eat out of convenience stores, 40% of them knew about Krispy Krunchy, and the affinity is way beyond anything that I've ever seen before. Starbucks, I don't care, whatever. They love this product. The number one reason that they choose us, usually if you've done affinity tracking, you know that one of the top 3 reasons that people choose something is because it's close to them. For us, the number one reason people choose us is it's a high quality product in their mind. The number 2 reason is that it's a high value. The number 3 reason is that it's highly craveable. And that's a beautiful little position to play from. What we learned in the segmentation is there's a whole other group of people who are likely you guys, who are not going to go to Circle K to get their dinner, but who will order some good-looking chicken off of DoorDash and have it delivered so you can eat in front of your TV. So one of my big initiatives this year is rolling that program out to my licensees, and they're seeing some beautiful lifts from it. It is, as we tell them, this is the way you open a restaurant without opening a restaurant. And so a lot of what we do...
social media is
social media is big, and in-platform advertising with the DoorDashes and the Ubers of the world. So we're bringing the food. It's all, every restaurant, every goods marketer will tell you we want to meet people where they are and be who they want us to be where they are. And that's what we're doing. That's part of our journey.
You made me so hungry.
Yeah, especially ASMR chicken.
Yes.
We have actually
it's a good segue. You had one more point?
I was just going to say one of the recent trending things for us are C-store hacks. So somebody wrote in with they took a Rice Krispie treat and flattened it and then rolled up one of my tenders in it and then put some Texas Pete on it.
Make your own recipe.
You know what? It looks legit. I'm not going to lie.
Must be a nice sound, too.
It's a great sound. No happier sound.
All right. I got a couple of hot sauce questions for you guys. Let's. These are going to be pretty hard. So if you have to skip, you can pass it over to the next person. And if 2 of you guys can't get it, then we'll take hot sauce, all of us together. Fair?
Okay.
Is that fair?
Okay.
Okay. First question to you, Elyssa. You're no longer working at ClickUp now, so I think you can probably disclose this. How much money did you make as the CMO of ClickUp per year?
No.
Wait, you have a chance. You can pass the baton to one other person.
Yeah, okay, I'll pass it to Connie.
Who's willing to answer this question?
How much did I make at ClickUp? Can I tell you how much money I made my first job out of college?
It's good negotiation.
Let's do this.
What about LinkedIn? Oh my God, you're going. Hold on, you didn't choose us.
Oh, I did not have to go.
What about LinkedIn? Like LinkedIn pays pretty well. Right?
Can I answer that question? Can I give you a range?
Oh.
Mid salary.
Is that acceptable?
What was your title?
Senior director.
Senior director. So
So if
like,
you went on LinkedIn and you looked at the job description, it'd probably give you a range.
oh really? But you were there for 12 years.
Yes. I had a lot of equity. Are you saying I was underpaid on LinkedIn?
I wanted to know the equity portion too. Okay, well you know what? Let's.
Okay,
let's
so
I don't know. I feel like I answered the question. I did.
Okay,
I feel like you did a good job.
I'll
Thank
do
you,
it.
Alice.
Wait, so
I'll
Simon's
do it.
doing it, or are we all doing it?
I'm going to do it again.
Just you.
No.
Okay, yeah, just me. Cheers.
Wait, just you?
Yeah, just
Oh,
Simon.
okay. I think Elyssa likes this thing.
I really
Actually get to
I
Right.
didn't think it was that bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It went way better when I planned this out in my head yesterday at night, but okay, I'll do this.
Oh. Oh my god. Wait.
That was way
Oh.
more.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's serious.
it's spicy.
Yeah.
We need the chicken. Is it underneath your chair?
I think that would violate every food safety violation.
Okay, that you answered. That's
I answered
Wow.
You did well, Connie.
Hey, round of applause for her. So Headspace probably more, right?
More salary,
Nice.
TBD on the equity. It's a private company.
Ooh, nice. Cool. What do you guys think about?
Wait, we're not asking everybody this question?
Oh,
You only had to get some
No,
good
it
answer.
was just two.
it was just for chickens.
Wow.
You guys get out of it.
Unless you guys want to answer. Unless you guys want to answer.
taking
No, I know, I really.
Let's go to the next one.
We don't want to
Next
bore
one.
people.
Yeah, let's give them.
Yeah, we'll I wanted to talk about advertising. Just spending money on ads right now. You guys are all working in different industries. How effective are paid ads in 2024 right now for you guys? And maybe part of the answer you can compare it to how much you guys are spending before. And then kind of, maybe we'll start with
So I'll talk
Elyssa,
about
yeah.
what we're spending now, because we just rolled into a new fiscal year, July 1st. So paid media, paid advertising in my space, it's very niche verticals that we serve. So I would like to say our budget feels very constrained. On an annual basis, we're probably spending, if I fixate on just kind of like Google and Bing and those kinds of channels, social channels, outside of our trade publications that we also advertise in, we average probably around 400 to 450,000 a year, which is not a lot. That is very little. We use it very specifically for small business, and we've done a lot of test and learns, a lot of failures. Really since the last, 8 months, we've really pivoted into fixating on like, we gotta stop trying to like hope this works, and let's double down on the things that are working, like the commodity type B2C play. It's a really easy sell for us to sell a card reader. It's a low cost item. People have vending machines, arcade machines that they're doing in bowling alleys, or their friend owns this place or whatever, and they want to add vending machines in there as like this side hustle business, and they need to put a card reader on it because nobody carries cash. And so for us, that's the kind of core audience we fixate on, and we've had a lot of success over the last 8 months on launching our Google Shop ads. Our competitors aren't doing that in our space, and so it's been a real win for us. We just keep kind of compounding and growing that every month, as long as my CFO doesn't really notice, right? I keep kind of building it. You guys, if you're in marketing, your best friend should be the CFO. Like, because if he starts to believe in what you're doing, he'll flex the budget. So CFO, best advice.
So
Make
that's
him your best
that's
friend.
at the publicly traded company
Yeah,
stage.
sorry.
What about like you've worked at startups before? Who would you befriend at the earlier stage, like the seed to Series B level?
I mean, I worked so closely with the CEO when I was like in total startup mode. I didn't even realize, to be honest, I was super young in my career. I didn't realize how valuable that was to be in that startup environment. Like, I was driving what the product was gonna look like, building out requirements, I was talking to the customers, I was selling to the customers. I was like doing everything, kind of like you were saying, like now I wear multiple hats. I was doing that without really realizing how much I was like learning through that process. And boy, it's been so valuable as I go into other stages in my career to really understand all of that. So I'm not so like blindsided by just my swim lane, but really understanding everybody's swim lane a lot better.
What was my question again?
It was around paid ads, but I don't know how
Right.
you pivoted.
Yeah, how
there.
do we pivot?
I'm not sure.
That was a horrible
But I feel
transition.
like my budget is peanuts compared to some others, so would love.
I mean, I'm no longer there, so I don't know what the budget. Our budget was $100 million.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean,
you guys
like-
spent like millions just on billboards alone. Though.
Yeah.
Walk us through what's the breakdown of 100 million? Like, where does that even go?
At our height, we were spending $10 million a year on billboards. We were spending around $50 million on paid channels. Across Google, YouTube, OTT, podcasts. The rest went to a lot of SEO building. We consider that like a part of our channel. We were building a massive program of programmatic templates that effectively we wanted to become 50% of our organic traffic, and effectively give us, around 100 million impressions, 100 million views a month.
How much money were you guys spending on SEO?
We were spending a significant amount on SEO, but in our SEO program, the goal was to outweigh organic from the paid SEO.
So paid was like 50 mil.
No, paid in general was 50 mil, and SEO is a part of that.
Oh, was part of the paid.
Yeah, I'm saying, sorry, our organic SEO program was a part of our marketing budget. So we were pushing into that, knowing that eventually it would outweigh the paid.
How do you even spend 50 mil on SEO?
I mean,
No, you're not spending. I'm not spending 50 mil on SEO.
Yeah, I know, but like.
It's part of the. It's baked into the 50 million.
Yeah, baked
It's
in.
a portion of that. But it's really across every channel. Again, like our TAM is everyone, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we have to reach everyone. And also when you think about like our decision makers can be, slightly lower level than the actual decision makers, but to triangulate the buying cycle, you have to talk to people that have influence to the decision makers that are 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels higher than them. So it's really like you have to reach everyone, which is why our marketing approach was much closer to a B2C marketing approach than it was a B2B. And that's something that we consciously just decided on when I started. It was like we need to act like a B2C company because being a B2B company, we're just not going to be able to have a reach that we need to grow this into a $4 billion, $10 billion company. You're competing against Atlassian and Monday and Asana and then a slew of others that are at your point that are coming up, and feature parity is just, with tech now, you could build a product like that in a couple of months. So it's really like marketing and staying ahead of the curve on brand was crucial to us because the product, it's not built on community. It's built on a product that's easily now replicable. I think we leapfrogged with product a bit, but brand and marketing allowed us to really take that to the next level.
Wow, yeah. How many of you guys have heard of or know of ClickUp, even before today? Okay, you guys, yeah, most, like, that's
Your channels worked.
90% worked.
When you have a
Billboards
big
worked.
budget, yeah. But the billboard strategy, everyone was like, what does that actually do? But the reality is, like, when you're a small company or a challenger brand, you can physically place yourself next to your competitors, and that's what we did. We put our ads next to airport ads with Monday. It was like Monday and ClickUp. We would place our billboards outside of our competitors' offices. We had a lot of fun with it too. But we were so strategic in both the markets that we chose, and we did a ton of aided and unaided studies to see where our brand awareness is rising, where we wanted to invest more, take away, and then also like strategic placements of like, okay, where does our core customer live? Here are the airports, here are the locations. I handpicked every single billboard unit, which is a lot of time, but it was
$10 million worth
of billboards.
billboards.
Yes, that's a lot of time of like combing through units and understanding where they are and asking. We did like a company-wide poll of okay, what units in this area are like the most visible, and we kind of created this survey to really have an understanding of like the country as it stands with billboards, and then I had to go through and actually choose the unit. So it's like very strategic, and it also set us up for our Super Bowl ad because we did a regional buy only on the markets that we had out of home in, so that we knew that we would be able to reach the people that we already had reached probably multiple times that were out of home ads. sense.
Was that successful? The Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
I mean, it was. As much as, like, you know, you're not going to track. Someone has like a joke. Every time they see me, they ask me, how like, what was the ROI in your Super Bowl ad? I mean, it's hard to track a dollar for dollar ROI in an ad, but in terms of earned impressions that we got just from our strategy of releasing the ad early when our competitors didn't do it, the amount of traction we got, the amount of pickup we got, we had a spot on CBS News that went completely viral. That actually matched the amount of workspaces created to the Super Bowl ad, which was incredible. Guess morning news still works, maybe the morning after the Super Bowl. But yeah, I mean, it was the amount that we spent compared to what we got. We actually felt like it was a pretty good deal.
Awesome. So Connie and Alice, for you two, we're going to talk about more partnerships. But before that, hot sauce question. Alice, do you have any new announcements or big partnerships or product announcements that you'd like to share with us? I've heard you guys are working on some new things. Anything you can share?
Remind me not to talk to Simon in confidence anymore. You know what? I'm not going to take hot sauce. I am going to announce it because it's going to come out.
You're going to announce it?
I am going to announce it.
No way.
It's going to come out at the at our big. There's actually a huge trade show called NACS. It's the National Association of Convenience Stores. If you ever want to go to a 2-story Little Debbie booth and have as many zebra cakes as you want, it's a place to be.
What are zebra cakes?
What?
Wow.
Shit, I'm
Do
so
they
thinking.
not have
They
this
have
in
Little
Canada?
Debbie. They don't have it in Canada?
I'll walk myself up. I have no idea.
It's like a cheap little white cake with it's white icing with like little zebra stripes on them. There's like a fun little cartoon zebra. Delicious.
Does everyone
Nothing
know
but sugar.
zebra cake? Everyone
Yes.
who doesn't know
It's
zebra
a very
cake?
core part of
Oh, okay, I got some.
Okay, Swiss cake rolls, oatmeal pies, whatever. Anyway, if you can find it at a convenience store, you can find it at NACS. But we are actually going into market test in a few weeks with a new chicken nugget product. Our chicken nugget is it's whole breast, not like a chopped and formed product that you can find other places. It's got a beautiful little marinade that has just a little bit of dill in it, but still the same really crunchy exterior. It's fabulous, and we're pairing it with a partnership with the Heinz Corporation, well known.
Did not
for,
know you can announce that. I thought it was spicy.
We'll find out.
She wants to know when you're going to play the recording.
What are they going to do?
Next day on LinkedIn, I'm looking for a job.
With Melissa's ad budget, I'm coming to work for her. But it's if you've ever been to Chick-fil-A, they have something called like it's a dip and squeeze, so you can either squeeze the ketchup out or dip it. Right now, that proprietary award-winning packaging is only available at Chick-fil-A, but it will be in all of my stores.
Wow.
In 5 different flavors.
Congrats. Yeah. That's nice.
We're really excited about it.
Awesome. Okay. Connie, you get a harder question than that. Slightly harder. So you've worked at big companies. LinkedIn, Yahoo, and now Headspace. Big companies. Which one is your least favorite company?
Oh gosh.
Do you want this publicly known?
You're really getting the
Headspace is not a very big company, by the way. We
So
are
it's-
about
so it's your
1,000
least- so it's your least
employees.
favorite?
That is not my least favorite. I can't answer.
Oh,
that
okay,
question.
we'll take a shot. How about we all let's
Yeah,
all
let's
do
all
it.
do it.
It's just a little one for
It's been a minute.
It's like a solidarity.
you guys are gonna be coming on stage in a few seconds, so.
It's actually pretty good.
It's really good.
I don't mind this.
I just can't control it. It doesn't come out and then it comes out like
It just burns the lips more than I feel like the mouth.
yeah. Let's talk about partnerships then. I think both of you guys didn't answer because Elyssa and Elyssa talked about ads. Partnerships. How important are partnerships to each one of your brands? Maybe we'll start with Connie.
Yeah, it's a huge part of building the Headspace brand. We actually just announced. Oh my gosh, sorry, lots of
What happened?
hot sauce. Hot sauce.
Oh, sorry.
Lots of saliva. TMI. yesterday, Tuesday, we announced a partnership with Spring Fertility and this women's health platform called Rescripted. We announced a support for your fertility journey content collection on Headspace. And it is free to anybody who's going through a challenging fertility journey. It was a project that was personally really meaningful to me because I, 8 years ago, went through a really rough journey, and that's actually how I found my way to mental health and how I found my way to Headspace. And so it was a really meaningful launch for me personally. But that is the way that we have been investing in our brand for many, many years, even before my time. So some of the great partnerships that we've invested in, LinkedIn, that was like totally full circle. In January of this year, we launched a LinkedIn life skills collection that we collaborated with LinkedIn on to help people combat workplace stress and burnout. And it's a way for us to reach a very different audience without spending huge brand dollars, which we do not have. So LinkedIn's population is more male than female. Headspace's population more female than male. And LinkedIn was really focused on inclusion and belonging. We were really focused on mental health in the workplace, both for consumers and for selling into workplaces. And so it was just a great match for us. And it set us up for a further partnership. So now when you buy a LinkedIn premium subscription, you can actually get a Headspace subscription alongside that premium subscription. So the collab continues. We've also partnered with Nike, with Starbucks, with Aura, that's the ring that I have on my finger. So lots of amazing brand collaborations. Meta Quest, actually, we have a Headspace XR experience that we launched earlier this year. But all of it is in service, I mean, to your point, Melissa, about having to reach everybody. All of it is in service of expanding our audience and expanding our brand to populations that we're not already reaching.
Alice, you've done influencer campaigns with notable names like 2 Chainz, and like it's great that she did a campaign with 2 Chainz. How do you run big campaigns like that? Because you obviously don't want to break the bank and overspend, and it'll make it very difficult to get an ROI. But at the same time, you sometimes got to go big. How do you balance that?
Yeah, it's the best parts of marketing are there's. One of the reasons I love marketing is a little bit analytic and a little bit creative, and the same thing is true of partnerships. 2 Chainz was an amazing person to work with. Fun fact, 2 Chainz smells amazing. Like, I always would get like a little hug from him when we would do like and he's one of the tallest men I know. I come up like barely to his chest. And his people were like, you need to back off 2 Chainz, stop smelling his chest. But I would always say, oh, 2 Chainz, so good to see you. But I think
when you met him, he was like, hi, my name is 2 Chainz. Is that what you
Well, it's funny because at the time I was wearing this necklace a lot that had like a whole lot of strands, and he was like, I see you trying to up me with 8 chains.
Oh, is that what he said?
And I was like, come on, 2 Chainz, let's go. Super nice guy. But it's all about authenticity, right? More than ever, consumers sniff out what is inauthentic. And I think there's so many partnerships that you're like, that is a bullshit piece of crap, that those people do not know each other except in front of a camera. 2 Chainz grew up in South Georgia, South Atlanta, eating Crystal after he would play basketball and football. And so it was a neighborhood hangout for him. So he had that nostalgic history with it. Other thing I did at Crystal right before all the NIL stuff came out is we were pre-talking to, Crystal is a slider brand that's in the Southeast, indexes heavily for people who watch college football. So we called everybody. I had two guys who were amazing who called every football player, every basketball player, every women's volleyball player, every cheerleader, the marching band of all the major Southeastern schools as NIL was starting to come out, and would just say, if I pay you $50 a week so you can buy lunch for you and your friends, would you just put something on your socials? So, when that rule came down, we're seeing people make like $10,000. I don't think we paid anybody over $200, including Bear Bryant's grandson. The Bear Bryant organization only allowed his cap and his likeness and his grandson to ever be used twice in the history of that brand, once for University of Alabama and once for Crystal Burgers. But in doing that, you find what sticks. So we put all that out there. We had handshake deals with all of them, which you guys probably know means instead of me posting it on the Crystal website, I would go into 2 Chain's account or Bear Bryant's account and find people who were like my target and push that out so that more of those people saw, because everything's monetized, right? Everybody you follow, 3% of the time it's going to show up in your feed unless somebody pays for it to show up in more of those feeds. We did that. And then measured engagement. Where we had higher engagement, we fed it a little more. Where we had lower engagement, we pulled back. And that was our record-breaking year, honestly, for very little money at Crystal.
Wow. Okay, we're just about to wrap up, and we're going to go to the audience. We have some founders that want to come up and share their idea to get you guys' feedback. And if you guys are working on anything, just think about it. Feel free to come up and join us on the stage and pitch your idea or whatever, and then get some feedback from these amazing individuals. But before we do that, I'll do 2 rapid fire questions. Just quick answers, and we'll just go through each person. Okay. What is one thing that you're really excited to test in terms of marketing the next 12 months?
Start with. I
Oh,
can go.
oh, sure. Yeah, we'll start there and we'll come back this way.
Because I'm super passionate about this community.
Okay. And we'll just keep going. Alice?
We've just run a test on some geo-targeted stuff, and we're going to be expanding that. There's so much data out there on what people are buying within a convenience store, the conversion rate over. So if you buy a Pepsi, can I get you at the same time to buy some chicken?
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
AI tools for personalization.
Personalization.
Personalized communication.
The creation of a parody version of a very well-known tech trade publication.
So all left, basically? No.
The creation of a version of a parody of a very popular, well-known trade publication in tech.
Ooh. Okay, cool. If you had a startup right now, and you're pre-revenue, where would you spend your money first? Your first place that you will spend your money. We'll go back this way. I guess you're already.
Now we're
Yeah.
I mean, product, building product, and hiring the right people. I mean, that's it.
Right. You work at a lot of PR.
And also inbound through LinkedIn, like LinkedIn in terms of organic, and then focus money on product and building.
Early stage startup.
Team and talent first.
Product insights.
I'll build off of the ladies. I think digital. Everybody Googles stuff these days, so just having an online presence would be probably a really good place to start.
Okay. Last question, and then we'll wrap up. How important is LinkedIn nowadays to your personal growth? Like 1 to 10. Go back this way.
I feel like it should be a lot more, considering.
Well, just your answer, 1 to 10.
Well, I would say today it's a personal brand. From a personal usage.
From a personal branding.
How important is it?
Yeah.
I think it's should be an 8. Do I act like that? Probably don't give enough attention and time. I would say probably act like a 5.
Okay.
I've got room for growth, you guys.
5 to 8. Okay.
I think it varies. I think there's an unfortunate skew on LinkedIn to positive press being given to, if we getting political, but particularly to men, particularly to young people, particularly to people who look like supermodels. And so I'm going to give it a 4.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, I worked there half my life.
2.
Unfair. So I'd say an 8 or 9, and it not just from a personal branding perspective, but I find it really, really helpful to keep in touch with my network.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm facing some sort of challenge or problem at work, like I can find someone in my network that I can reach out to and talk to about it. So from a personal, like a professional growth perspective, like that's the easiest and fastest way I can figure out what to do with any professional challenge I have.
Yeah. That's where I met half the guests.
Yeah.
Martin.
I mean, yeah, I said it before, like, I treat it like a 10, I treat it like a major channel and component of my personal brand, my company's brand. Everything good has come from LinkedIn in not my life, but like in my everything
Everything in my life.
Just in my career in general. I signed like a 6-figure deal with another company today that I actively use to promote their products, but it's very organic. And that was just like randomly today. LinkedIn reached out to do like a documentary series on me yesterday. Like it just things happen.
Holy
Yeah, I guess they're gonna get to that. But like it's just every day there's like a new like treasure kind of waiting for me in my LinkedIn inbox, and it's just a result of writing content and just discussing things that have happened in my life and my career, things that I wish other people have told me. I kind of write for like the younger version of myself, and something that I wish that someone had told me about. Like I'll write about very open and honest opinions and about equity and like what I believe in, and the fact that there's no education around it, and how I think it's really like it's kind of. It maybe shouldn't be given in the fact that in the state that it's given in. And just like I'm very honest on there, and I think people will respect that. And that's like a big part of it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, that's it for the show. Let's give a round of applause for. I just got news from the team that we have. So we have a VIP party after this, and I think we have 3 spots left. So I kind of want to give it to the audience. Who's coming? Who's not coming to the VIP party later? And has a jacket, warm jacket to join us. It's going to be on a boat from 9 to 11. Okay. Can you just randomly choose 3 people?
The gal in the yellow.
Yeah.
Come up here. You chose that, and then let's choose one more. Alice, can you choose one more person? One more.
I think they choose. No, I'm going to choose you because you asked about the chicken. We're serving chicken on the thing.
And Connie, you want to choose?
Serving chickens on the boat?
There's one more.
Oh my goodness.
You want to choose the next person?
I already. The person all the way in the back that is like kind of you.
Yeah.
I can't even see you.
But you have a T-shirt
It's
on.
like they're winning the lottery.
Can you join us with a T-shirt? It's gonna be cool.
You can pass it off if you want to.
Who has it? Like, yeah. If you're okay, then you can come up. From 9 to 11, we're going on a boat, just like a bunch of VIPs and stuff. If you guys want to join us, no, you can't. Okay, this one.
He's like, no.
Or the guy in the middle?
Sure, guy.
Okay, middle, guy in the middle. Yes, you. Yeah. All right, you 3, come on stage. Yeah, you come on stage. How do you come on stage?
Hey, there's steps up there. Oh, they took the steps off?
Okay, Gargi will walk you guys up. Okay, sweet. Okay, cool. Do we have a mic?
Yes.
Gargi? Okay. Introduce yourself. Maybe name and then what you do.
Sure. Hi everyone, my name is Katie and I'm head of marketing at an early stage startup. We are an AI-powered operating software for small business owners who make and sell their own products. And then I also run a content marketing production company where I help early stage founders start their content marketing journey.
Damn.
With social media.
Awesome, cool, nice to meet you. And keep going.
Hey everybody, I'm Ibek. We're building Superflex. I'm the co-founder, and we help engineers write code 10 times faster. So also our team is really big, so we'd love to chat more about that.
Curiously, coincidence, but I'm beta tester of his product.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm building a software for partnerships because, as Connie said, like to build a partnership like Nike, you have like months dealing, and you don't know exactly if it's gonna work or not. So we are building the software that helps you understand if this is gonna work or not.
Did y'all pass the test?
Yeah, for
No.
sure.
Hold on.
Oh, there's more questions.
No, that was a pitch. Okay. Do you guys have your phone on you? Okay.
They did not know they were signing up for this.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give you guys a quick challenge, and you guys have to. Whoever completes it first, will get the first ticket. So.
What mathematical?
No.
Question: does the phone have to be?
Yeah.
Can I grab another?
Oh.
I have it right here.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. All right. Whoever can complete this task first will get the first ticket.
Okay.
So in when I say 3, 2, 1, you go on LinkedIn and you have to find this person's LinkedIn, most recent LinkedIn post, and give it a like and comment, "I love you." Or yeah, whatever. Okay, ready? I haven't told you who it is yet. Actually, you can do whichever one you want. So, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm curious to see who chose who. Can we get some music?
Which one is the easiest one?
Are they gonna show you?
I think Connie. Like if I were them, I would choose Connie first.
Go.
Gargi, if you're behind, you can be watching to see who won.
I see her moving quick.
I got it.
You got it?
Wow.
Okay.
Who'd you choose?
Can you choose? You chose Melissa? Is that correct? Alright, so you can join us for the VIP party. Okay, cool. You can, and then now you can choose one of these two to go with you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Alright. Of the remaining two, I'll just give you guys a couple of questions, and then you guys can see like whoever can answer it, knows the answer, hand up. Okay. Alright, you guys ready? Which one of these C-suites, and you can use your phone if you want, but not now. Which one of the panelists lives in Washington, near Seattle?
Melissa.
No. So now you get unlimited time to find the answer. because he got it hostage.
Oh, so he wins, right? He wins.
I mean, he wins. There's nobody else on the stage.
Hey, so we have Melissa Rosenthal, Connie Wang,
you have 10 seconds. You have 10
Elyssa, Steiner on stage. Who lives near Seattle, Washington?
No way. I don't think it's gonna
Based
tell
on
you.
the names you provided, it sounds like you're referring to a group of people, but without additional context.
Alright. So not acceptable answer. So we're gonna move to the next
I
question.
should have used grok.
It was me.
Oh.
But technically, I forgot to say it in my intro, so you would have had to I don't know, research me.
But
a little creepy
Right.
to do
we just
that.
had a credit, and I just had a call last week, so you should know where I live.
Oh.
He was just going for
You
it.
don't remember?
Oh. Okay. Alright.
San Diego. Yeah.
In the Bay Area. She lives in the Bay Area.
Simon thinks San Diego is in the Bay Area.
San Diego has a bay. It has a bay. Why is this the only Bay Area? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Alright, okay. Next question. If you guys can answer it. Okay. You guys ready?
Yep.
So take your time. You search it up before. Which one of these C-suites worked at LinkedIn for 13 years?
Connie.
Here you go.
I didn't work there for 13 years.
That's so far.
11.
Oh shoot!
You got the question.
Okay.
He did get Connie.
You both can, like the three of you guys can come to the boat. So congratulations. Yeah, I think that's about it. We have like 30 minutes left. I was thinking just like having more audience led. So I don't know if the audience has any questions for panelists or wants to pitch anything.
Yeah,
Terry?
I have a question. So you've all talked about events, community. How do you track the value of an event, right? That's not providing.
Yeah, ROI on events, boy, it's a hard one. So we do it on a couple of variables. We have like kind of 3 buckets. One of them obviously is going to be tied to lead generation. But for us, we have a lot of, especially in our, because I said it's huge for our mid-market enterprise space, we have a ton of add-on services. So existing customers are still prospects in that same scenario because we can sell so many layers of our software. So it's a combination of not just like a net new lead, but it's like essentially what opportunities come out of that event. One of the biggest challenges, like historically, that we've just dealt with is just getting the sales reps to actually give us that feedback, right? So we started implementing a 30, 60, 90-day post-event. We have tiered events, like we tier them based off of how much we spend. Therefore, we focus on our tier 1s and tier 2s to capture ROI back. We are at the point now, given the volume of requests of going to events, the amount of events, and then budget constraints, where if we don't get them to give us that feedback on the 30 and 60 days, we want to see their opportunity pipelines. We've added trackers into Salesforce that identify the event names now, and it's a required field on opportunities, so they have no way around it. They have to indicate if they did see that person at the event, and we will nix the event if there is no return on it, which we did cut. We cut like 5 large ones from last fiscal year. But I think it's also getting their buy-in. Like, they need to understand, like, this is like a partnership and going to all these and making sure that they understand the why we're asking what we're asking. And then we implemented kind of 3 different ways to capture leads. We have a lead form that we use, just like we set up on iPads for them for the trade shows, that essentially is a Marketo form. We also have a business card scanner for them in case they don't want to use the iPad, and then we tend to buy lead retrieval. So we're trying to tackle it from a few different ways so that there's no excuse either. So that's how we do it, and then we just track against what the total opportunity value is, because our sales cycles can be, especially for software, 3 to 9 months. So that's how we track it. That's why we set up the 30, 60, 90-day follow-ups as well.
Cool. I'm thinking like new question, new. Yeah. Any new?
Just D2C. How do you maintain community? Because there's so many different communities that people could take part in. What can really help people want to continue to stay in that community?
It's a really good question, and honestly, one of the questions we're still asking ourselves. I talked to a woman recently who was pitching me this really interesting idea of, she spent her entire career sort of working in social media companies, and now she does consulting gigs where she basically helps brands find communities in social media and develop their voice and presence in those communities. So she'll find like trending book talk on TikTok, and these people who are just really passionate about that particular community, and help brands authentically connect with folks who are really passionate about a certain topic. Like, that's an area I would love for us to explore. It's a missed opportunity for Headspace, because people who use Headspace, any of you use Headspace, absolutely love our brand. Like, it's changed people's lives, and there's so many avid fans that we're not tapping into, I think, as much as we would like to. So I don't have an answer for you, other than it's top of mind for me as well.
I have an answer. It's hot sauce. Hot sauce is like the key. It's the key to everything. Yeah. Thanks for the question. Back there in the suit.
Hi, Melissa. My name's Nick. I love your time at ClickUp. I love how they break down the boundaries of like kind of the forward setting with Instagram, some of those meme pages. It's awesome. It goes viral. When you were creative director at ClickUp, can you run me through like the ideation of some of those marketing campaigns, those ideas in the raw form, and how they came to be?
Yeah, that's a great question. First, I want to say like the ability to do that type of brand marketing definitely starts from the top. Our CEO is probably the guy to be able to like allow this to happen. He didn't have a history of building companies in Silicon Valley. He wasn't going to stick to the playbooks that others had built. So he really let me kind of run wild. And what I did was I hired and created an internal brand team, and that brand team consisted of a lot of folks that came from BuzzFeed. And we were able to apply the BuzzFeedification of what that would look like for ClickUp. So the mentality was, how do we create stuff that would go viral? Some of the stuff that we did was definitely like polarizing, but the way that we justified it and also like made sure that we were kind of vetting it before we did it was we took a very close pulse on like what public sentiment was, especially around our biggest competitors. So when we went after Atlassian and Jira really hard and created a lot of these like troll campaigns, we realized that the public sentiment of Jira was just so low, and that devs were sick of it. They hated the tool, and the catalyst was they had just announced that they were moving their servers from on-prem to the cloud, and it was going to cause this major disruption. And it was like, this is the time to go after them. We're winning in market against them on the sales side, so let's really push hard on the marketing side. And had a couple of these, small decisions, small tasks that led to really big wins for us, both on the sales cycle and also just in the DR and programmatic advertising that we were doing on YouTube and Google, and all of this kind of like full circle really started to work. And at that point we just had the freedom to really do whatever we wanted. The vision was really like at that point, how do we tap into work culture in general? How do we own the idea of a workplace, and also not take ourselves too seriously? Project management, work management, at the end of the day, you're not saving lives, and I think when you can admit that to yourself, you can have a lot of fun with it. The people that work at these companies, they want to laugh. The end buyers are as consumers as well. So we treated the B2B cycle, that's sort of what I was alluding to, as a B2C, where the end buyers are, just they're people, and we want to have them have an emotion when they view something, they see something, and we had the educational content as well, but the top of funnel was all very humorous, very BuzzFeed style content. So that's really kind of where it came from. It's the roots of BuzzFeed and understanding why people share content. Is it emotional? Is it educational? Is it funny? Do you see yourself in it? And we use those principles and apply them to all of our campaign marketing at ClickUp.
Nice.
I love that.
Let's go back, all the way back. The white shirt dude. Yeah.
So my company is running cold email marketing solution. So
what a voice! What a voice! Can you come on my podcast, please?
Well, next time, hopefully.
Maybe get projected left, right, and center.
Yes. So my question is, how much cold emailing have you done in your existing or previous role? And also, what do you think are one of the best use cases for large-scale cold email marketing?
Okay, who's gonna answer this one? Who's gonna take this one on?
We do a lot of email marketing, but we leverage personalization as much as possible, even though it's a one-to-many play. And I'll say this as kindly as possible. Our small business segment, they think it's coming from the sales rep. So as we make it look and feel like Sally sent you this personal email about a special pricing discount on a specific product, and all you need to do, Joe, is respond with how many you want times 10, right? Or you want 5 at 250 or whatever, right? We make the call to action as basic as that. And as much as we can use personalization, even their names in the subject line, we've also realized using that tokenization has worked extremely well with our small business. And we leverage email a lot of times for pricing promotions that we're running. But we've done HTML, beautiful marketing emails. Those are not what move the needle. It's all of our text-based look and feels like sales reps are hitting you up with special offers.
Can I do a hot take on this one a little bit?
I have a hot take as well.
Okay.
But you go
Can
first.
I do a hot take?
Yeah.
So I think with AI, cold emailing and outbound through traditional SDR, BDR motions is insanely saturated. Even the personalization is failing, I think, miserably. And I think we're going to hit this this kind of crux in that space where it just doesn't work. I mean, people are finding it less efficient all the time right now. I think the future of outbound looks a lot more like podcast marketing, and is a lot more editorial led. because really what you're looking to do is open up a conversation, period. Like, to get someone to a demo, to force them to get that demo when they're not ready, doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
But to lead in with something that they actually care about, they want to do, even boost their ego a bit, right? They're going to respond to that. So I think it's going to start to look a little bit different than it currently does today. And that's the future my company is also betting on.
Yeah. We should talk, by the way. Your company does cold email? Yeah. Yeah, we do, sorry, say that last part again?
Large scale, so we send like millions of cold emails.
Can you please wake me up in the morning?
Wake up, Simon. You're an awesome guy.
I do a lot of cold emailing as well, and I agree with you. Cold emailing is like hit or miss. We probably send out, so I run a lot of like founder events. I probably, whenever I go to a new city like San Francisco, we did an event in San Francisco. We sent like 2,000 emails, and we got maybe 150 responses. It's like a 1.5% response rate. It's decent. It's not amazing, but it's decent. And but we get a lot of spam and report and all that stuff, right? I also think the future, as people's emails are gonna get, everyone's gonna realize how
it's so
saturated.
Yeah,
it's gonna get more and more saturated. It's like how email was so saturated 5-6 years ago, and then we moved to ads, and then we just keep moving to places where there's less saturation. Like Snapchat kind of came out, but it's kind of coming back. Is it Snapchat coming back for something? No, just okay.
I've not heard that.
Yeah. I feel like we always go to places that are less noisy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a good point. You talked about events.
No, I was talking about editorial-led sales.
Editorial-led sales. I think events and communities. If you can win in events and community, these are the people that will be your greatest fans, and you don't have to worry about open rates or bounce rates. I mean, I guess sometimes, but I think for the most part, if you're good with community, Terry, you're a good community lead. I see some of your events. Actually, Terry was part of our whole helped us promote this thing. So shout out to Terry. Was one of many, and then there's also like Eli. I don't know if Eli's here, dude. Eli's the goat. We gotta talk later. But yeah, I think like between community, creating good content, that's how you're gonna be authentic and show your real self.
Yeah.
Email is really hard.
No, I would agree with community. That's really why this fiscal year we're really trying to double down and test that for us as a space and a channel for us, because even in all these Facebook groups, we've done such a great job from a customer support side or on our product side to change the tone. And we've become so much more responsive as an organization to our customers that, like, I was talking to a guy that was on a conference call this morning, and he was like, yeah, I was looking on Nayax's, sorry, I should have said that, one of our competitors, and people just talk a lot about how poor the service is on this Facebook group. So, and I saw these people were talking really positive about Cantaloupe, and so I wanted to call you guys first. And it was like, first off, we're changing the tone in these communities, Facebook groups that you can't control, right? You can only try to monitor it and then see how to solve for putting out fires if a customer is experiencing something. But like, we're seeing the shift happen in these communities because all the other pieces in our organization are really hitting the mark better. And so for us, I think it's like, okay, how do we build our own community of our customers and also pull in our influencers? Like, we want to help elevate our influencers to be a part of growing their brand, because ultimately they're selling more of our stuff. And they're doing it really well for an extremely low cost to us. So that's kind of our play this year, is like, how do we build community and how do we elevate our influencers as a part of our community?
I think we have like 10 minutes left, maybe enough for two questions. Does anyone have like a spicy question that you're not sure if you want to ask this question because it's not the right place? This is the place. Does anyone have a
This guy's being
middle guy?
Yeah.
I'm ready. We're ready.
He's ready.
We have a hot sauce ready too.
This is a hot sauce question. You guys haven't had hot sauce in a while.
I like it.
Hey, my name's Lemon. Hey, Elyssa, Connie, Addison, Elyssa.
Okay. Simon here too. I've been here.
Ladies first. Let me get to the men. Easy one. So my question is this: I want you to look at each of them and think who ran the absolutely worst marketing campaign that you remember for being terrible, and you think that was the silliest thing ever. And if you can't answer that, then hot sauce.
We can all answer that.
Let's keep it quick because we
Wow. The Pepsi Kendall Jenner ad and campaign.
Oh, not one we've run.
No, I want to know one that you've run that each other think. This is what makes it hot.
Oh, the worst ad thing? Okay,
that you think each other ran?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's spicy.
Oh!
Yes.
I don't wow, it gets spicier.
Yeah, each and every one of you look at each other and think who ran the
Okay,
worst.
how about this? We all say the name at the same time.
Oh wait, what company ran the worst campaign?
We know
Which one of us
has run the worst campaigns?
Yeah.
I mean,
like just getting to know each other a little bit in this last
I'll
hour.
throw myself
Who is the worst
into-
marketer out of all?
like we all
In our marketing careers, I've run really bad campaigns.
I've totally done that.
Like we all have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cop out. This is
No,
Who
we're
do you
gonna.
think has done the worst? Otherwise, we take a shot out.
I wouldn't say this is the worst, but I will say the promo campaign for this event was not the worst. So I was totally not the worst.
The fact that she's starting it off with not the worst.
It's not the worst, but it was funny. Like the video promos with our floating heads. I mean, it was intriguing.
The first time you've ever seen that.
We'll take it with you. Well done, Connor.
We'll have better promos for next one. If we have
Better
this.
creatives next time.
If there's a next one.
Alright, let's do it.
Well, she answered it.
I answered it, but I like this.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for that question. Okay, probably the last question, or last two. Back, yeah.
Yeah. Great panelists and great host. All right, my question to maybe any of you can pick to answer this. So, you've worked at different companies as from marketing managers right now to C-suites. So, at which stages the company choose to build their in-house marketing team versus at which time they try to outsource the work to say some marketing agencies? Mm-hmm. And if you're actually outsourcing work to marketing agencies, which are the top ones that come into your mind, your go-to ones?
I'll go first. And this is maybe a spicy take, but I have never seen it work well because you need to have all of these functions speaking to each other and also deeply understanding the brand. And I've just never seen it go well. I see a constant stream of just firing different agencies and trying to replace them and the opportunity cost of having to onboard them again. And I've seen that so many times that the past 2 roles I've had, I said absolutely not. We're not using agencies. We're just going to do it in-house from day one. So when I came on board, that was the first thing I did. I said we're going to build all these pieces in-house. And you can't do that, Rome wasn't built in a day, but over time you're able to really build the right people, the team. As I said, the team is the most important thing, and I think when you have a great team of people working on different subsets of it, it's really what makes the marketing machine run. So,
I have to disagree. So I think for a big organization,
Let's go.
I think for a big organization with fairly unlimited resources, that's true. But if you have a small organization, especially with how tech plays with marketing, so in restaurants and packaged goods, for example, you're not going to be able to build the specialization in-house that you need for a limited marketing budget. I can't hire 3 full-time programmatic media buyers to work. I need a house that buys media professionally. Same thing with PR. I need a PR team that works with the major publications that serve my industry. I can't build that in-house. Those are 30-year relationships. So for that kind of thing, where that expertise is needed, you just can't grow it, or you can't grow it fast enough.
I run a hybrid model. I mean,
She doesn't want to fight with anyone. I agree with both of these.
No, I agree. I do agree. And we've done that. I'm totally got rid of I just cut an agency, like, I had to send a legal notice, guys. Like, it got serious.
Wow.
So, like, she's absolutely right. You go through cycles. But honestly, every agency, though, I've actually learned something from, right? So it's not always a bad thing to cut bait at some point. And sometimes we've cut because we've decided, oh, we've learned enough. We're actually going to hire somebody now to do this because we were testing and learning a lot. So that's been some of our strategy. But then I have very specialized agencies for certain things, or that just work on like marketing projects, like for big events for us. So it's just very specific in how we use services, because we don't have maybe the approval yet, to your point, of like hiring all these full-time employees. So it's a balancing act, but not wrong in the fact that you churn them sometimes faster than you expect.
I want to hear from Connie as well, but I kind of agree. Like, your employees also go through turnover as well.
Yeah,
So,
of course, it's similar.
Yeah. And at some level, an agency is basically an employee that you didn't want to hire. You just instead hired an agency instead, ish, right? You would have to hire 3 people to do that job, but maybe you just go for an agency.
I think when I feel like the agency is a part of the team, it changes the dynamic of working with them. And I'm also not going to say I've never worked with agencies that are great to do something that is very highly specialized. At Insight Timer, we actually hired an SEO agency that was effectively embedded within the team because I didn't have the budget and the resources to build the SEO machine that I wanted to build. But I chose an agency that only had 4 other clients that could fully embed themselves within our team.
It's that early stage.
Yeah, so it had to feel like that to be able to work for me. But I think highly specialized agencies, like I have worked with them before, and yeah, we can't build when we're doing a large event, we're not going to hire a production agency, as a full-time employee. So I totally see that as well.
We are Switzerland. we also take a hybrid approach. Our creative team, we used to have an all in-house creative team, but over time, as budgets got cut, we now have a hybrid approach. So we have multiple external agencies that we work with, and the way that we think about it is our internal creative agency, they work on the most high impact business driving campaigns and the most creative, interesting work. That's how we're going to keep the talent in-house motivated. And then there's a bunch of work that is very production oriented that we outsource to an overseas agency that can just get it done overnight.
Surprise! I know you probably didn't want to see me so soon, but unfortunately, we ran out of space on the camera. I know. First time around, there's always going to be issues. We couldn't film all the way until the end of this amazing and magical night, but thank you for joining all the way through. We'll do better next time. What a journey, though. What a journey it's been all the way leading up to episode 100. We hope that you stick around. Thank you so much for those that have supported us from day one. We're probably going to be doing more live shows. New York is upcoming. Maybe we'll go back to San Francisco. If you're listening and you have access to venues or you want to partner up in any way, email us at team@marketingonmars.org. We are looking to do more in the new year. Thank you so much for making it all the way through. Take care, and I will see you next time on Mars.